Our pledge to the Kenyan people. Our manifesto clearly states on how our citizens will benefit under a people's-led government run by Alliance. We have identified setbacks and valuable solutions as stated. On devolution of power and resources. Challenges identified. Kenyans are not involved in decision-making on issues that affect them directly in national and county affairs, frustrating devolution by creating hindrances and transferring necessary functions to the county, thus denying services to Kenyans. Inadequate capacity by the counties to carry out mandate to serve the people due to poor structures and human resource hindering operations and self-reliance. Lack of support to the county government from the national government so as to be fully devolved. The culture of centralization and personalization of political power, ethnicity, and corruption in the national and county government. Devolution without resources is an empty shell. Central government wants to return Kenyans to a begging state, thus making communities feel guilty for not voting for them, hence holding back resources. National government inability to identify what each county is good at and exploring it to enable the county grow. National government unwillingness to enact necessary bills to give direction on how county government is to be run, financed, and resources shared. Rise in localized conflicts and insecurity as counties fight to control funds and resources, instead of working towards improving life of Kenyans living in those areas. The heightened stakes of county power controlled by the governor and other elected officers have often reproduced national ethnic competition at county level. Inter-county competition is growing over the ownership and control of national and regional development projects where they traverse county boundaries, resulting to dispute. Majority of the population lives below the poverty line. That is, prospects are blighted by a sharp rise in communal conflicts. Cosmopolitan regional capitals are now administrative centers for smaller counties dominated by one or two ethnic groups. Thus, smaller communities feel left out, and thus living in these cities is difficult because of your ethnicity. Senate, governors, MPs, MCAs, executive, parliament, and the people not knowing their roles in fighting for positions that benefit for devolution is not realized. Our solutions: strengthen county government to develop to world-class cities. Increase budget allocated to the counties from the current 15% to 40% within the next 5 years. The counties and the national government need to consider the sequence of high-impact policy interventions to mitigate the risk of county-based conflicts. The creation of a county inclusion index by government to identify counties that are failing to meet the constitutional requirements and see how to help them achieve their targets. Inter-county talks involving elected officials and a broad cross-section of credible civil society leaders to ease tension and create sustained peace and reconciliation. Enact and enforce bills that will ensure the county government take off, such as Urban Areas and Cities Act of 2012. Assist county government develop policies, plans, strategies in line with legal framework as per Chapter 11 of the Constitution on devolved government. Ensure mobilization of funds and financing to fast-track urbanization of every area in the country to international levels. With inheritance of massive assets and liabilities, assist county government to protect their assets. Example, land, building assets. Recover lost ones in past and current administrations. Security is the responsibility of all citizens, hence coordinate national and county level to work together to ensure safety for all Kenyans. Create harmony between the two levels of the government. The main objective of both levels of the government is unity of Kenyans and service delivery to every citizen. Sharing up the government revenue base at national level by closing tax loopholes and creating an even more efficient tax collection system. Ensure both levels of the government lay policies that encourages growth in various sectors and get rid of poverty. Educate Kenyans on the benefit of devolution and what to expect from those they choose. Ensure undiluted devolution of political power, responsibility, and resources to redress the past illnesses and imbalances occasioned by the many years of poor governance. Ensure county government run effectively, efficiently, transparently, accountability to the people they serve, and ensure the people's interests are protected. Transferring education, health, road development functions to county levels, while the national government retains responsibility for all regulatory and employment matters. With these goals in mind, we and the support of all Kenyans are determined to ensure the vital changes and reforms which Kenyans so urgently need and deserve. Join us, change and reforms. Vote for NASA, vote for Kenya.